Hi, amazing hackers. It's beautiful to have you today on my YouTube channel, and we're going to be starting a series on bug bounty hunting. This is going to be an intro video just covering a few knowledge you should have to enable you understand the remaining part of the series and the videos that will be dropped as to regarding to the completion of this hacking series on bug bounty hunting. Now, these are the few things the series or the class or the videos will offer to you. We're going to show you the tips and tricks on how to find your first bug. We'll start from the simple bugs to the more difficult bugs. We'll also show you best platforms I recommend you go register to find bugs, because we know they respond fast to fixing the bug and probably giving you a bounty as regards to the kind of bug you find. And also we're going to give you some deep dive knowledge of web application penetration testing. With no further ado, I'm going to be using Google to do some search for you in this intro video, so you understand that these informations will give to you, or I'm giving to you, are also out there, and you can go do more and further searches to better understand all of the things we're talking about and the things we'll be covering in our videos. Like I used to always say in my videos, if you watch this video and think you need to contribute or you need to correct, always use the comment section to do that. I'll always respond to your suggestions, your corrections, and your contributions. With that being said, let's get started. Now, when you pick cybersecurity as a career path, there are some important and common things you should know. One of them is, what is cybersecurity? I did a quick Google search, which you can even open other links to read. But here we can see that cybersecurity is the practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attacks. Simple: protecting yourself, protecting your information, your biodata, your health information, your insurance information, your financial information from being accessed by unwanted attackers or handlers. So there's something we call identity theft. When people have access to your information, they can decide to masquerade as you and probably sell out your information to the dark web, sell out your information to the wrong people, and you can be impersonated, or they can even impersonate you by themselves, because now they have access to your private information. So that's what cybersecurity is. And getting into cybersecurity, there are really some important information I recommend that you must have, and one of them is, you can't be a cybersecurity person and you don't understand the CIA triad. Now, what is the CIA triad? Looking at your screen, a CIA triad is simple. Okay, now a cybersecurity person is a person that has understanding of the confidentiality of data, the integrity of data, and the availability of data. Now, in our beginners class for ethical hacking, we covered this class and the meaning of confidentiality, integrity, to a very deep dive. For our students, I want you to go watch our older videos on ethical hacking so you can get a quick meaning. Remember, this video is an intro class to our bug bounty series, so everything should be short and precise. But confidentiality, integrity, and availability, one of them is that who should access this information should be the right person accessing it. I shouldn't log into your page and I'm accessing the administrators panel from just a user point. Like you log into Netflix and you're able to see another person's account just by logging into your own account on Netflix. That's wrong. Integrity attacks are like I send you a message and there's an intercept in between our conversation. Someone else has exchanged the message and probably put something else into it. That's integrity. At that point, integrity is being breached. Then availability is that every time I try to reach out to my data, I try to reach out to my information, I should always be ready to reach out to it. There shouldn't be a denial of service and those kind of attacks. Now, there are different attacks different people attack, or different bad actors attack on these different aspects of the CIA triad: on confidentiality, on integrity, and on availability. And one of the most common Attacks that can be done against availability is denial of service or distributed denial of service. Integrity are like intercept, man in the middle attacks, and the rest. Confidentiality is access control and yes, access control vulnerabilities. All of this information will be needed in our hacking series where we'll start hacking ourselves away. You come back to this. Now, being that you're into cybersecurity and you understand what cybersecurity is and what you're securing people, organizations from on the internet, the beautiful thing is you need to understand that there are different teams in cybersecurity. Now, this is the mistake many cybersecurity newbies have, is they learn everything and at a point they don't know where to niche down. Now, the beautiful thing to know is when you are in cybersecurity, it's good to have a knowledge of network, a knowledge of OS, a knowledge of incident response. All of these topics, all of these modules, know them, but learn to know when to niche down. Do you want to get into the red team? Do you want to get into the blue team? Do you want to be a purple teamer? That's how you now know, okay, what are the certifications I should get and what are the skill acquisitions I should acquire to get to the top of my career. Now, the blue teamers are known to be the what is it called? The defenders. They defend cyber crimes from happening. They investigate cyber crimes from they investigate already done cyber crime. So they go find out why did it happen, take IPs, take IoTs, and start niching down or finding who committed this final crime, cyber crime, and they are able to pinpoint and probably help the law force to nab the person. Then the second one is the red teamers. The red teamers are more of the hackers, but the difference between you and the black hat hackers is you are working with a precision and working with rules and regulation and rules of engagement. With that being said, for you to run red teaming, you need to be invited by you need to be invited by the company, and you sign a few rules and regulations to say either when you get to the point of breaking or when you get into their server, exfiltrate data or just stop at getting in and give us the report so we can mitigate the problem, or you can tell us how to mitigate it. All of this depends on the contract and the nature of the job. With that being said, that is the red team. Now, in the red team, there are different niching down, just like in the blue team, there are different career paths. You have the SOC analyst, you have the computer forensics analyst, you have the incident responder. There are lots, digital crime investigator. There are a lot of specialization you can have or decide to have in the blue team. But when it comes to the red team, they will have people who do Internet of Things hacking. There are people who call complete red teamers. They understand knowledge of internal network hacking, external network hacking, web application penetration testing. They also understand mobile app hacking. They understand API. All of these things, they understand how to hack it. But can you also niche down there? Yes. Now, let's say you've chosen web application penetration testing or web application security researcher, and you want to go through the route of getting real life experience. That's where bug bounty hunting comes in. Now, I recommend bug bounty hunting very well because I know the gain here. When I got started, I found out that okay, I'm done learning to be a red teamer, a web application researcher, security researcher, but I needed a real life experience to understand and test my skills. So that's where I came in contact with bug bounty hunting. Now, what's bug bounty hunting? From my Google search here, I'm seeing that bug bounty hunting is a program. It's a deal offered to many websites, organizations, and software developers by which individuals can receive recognition and compensation for reporting bugs, especially those pertaining to security, exploit, and vulnerability. Now, whenever, in simple terms, a bug hunter is one who goes to some registered platforms where companies come to bring their applications, leave it there for testers who follow program rules and regulations to find these bugs and exploit the bugs, right? So the first thing is that you have to be registered on the platform. Next thing is You need to have some form of hacking skill. Then the next thing is you start finding the bug, and then you learn how to also report the bug and get a compensation. What is the bug? What is the vulnerabilities? The weakness on the server, the weakness on the application, the weakness on the what's it called, parameters, and then you report it and they fix it and send you back your compensation. So two things happen here. One, your skill is being tested. Secondly, you enjoy doing what you like to do, which is hacking, and then at the same time you get paid out for doing what you like to do. So this is my quick advice for everyone who wants to get a real life experience on web application penetration testing or hacking. Then bug bounty hunting is my quick advice for you. Now we understand who a bug bounty hunter is. Now let's show a few platforms where you can get your what is it called, registered, where you can get registered and start finding bugs. Actually, there are a lot of websites you can register. There's Yes We Hack, this is BugCrowd, there's HackerOne, there's Integrity. There are a hell lot of them. There are both private bug bounties and public bug bounties. I think you should do more research. One of the things I like is everybody who has become my student or will always be my student, I tell them to have the habit of studying more and deeper, because there are some of the informations I may be limited to, either because I don't know them or because at the time of this video I didn't give them all out to you. But when you go to take a further step on researching, you find out that you know more, or you're more detailed as to regarding to the information. With this being said, I'm going to talk about the two hacking platforms I prefer to use, or the bug bounty platforms I prefer to use. One of them is this BugCrowd, and then Integrity. Now on BugCrowd, if you're following this video, I want you to get registered, so that after you're done registered, the next video that will be coming up is finding our first bug. Do you understand? So with that being said, go to this platform, click on hacker, and try to register your account. Try to follow the steps. My quick advice is put those information that you know that are real, because remember, your payments will be given back to you through this platform. So registering with your correct information will be a good one, and at the same time learn to use strong password. If you come to this point, you already have an account, you log in. But if you don't have an account, you create an account with them on BugCrowd. I love BugCrowd a lot because of what it offers. Now let's check the second one. This is my favorite actually, which is Integrity. I found my first bug. I was on what is it called? I was on HackerOne when I started out some 2 years ago. I found a lot of bugs. Sometimes when I report, I get someone else has already reported it. Yes, I was happy because my skill was being fine-tuned, but at the same time I wasn't getting a bounty, so I was almost going to be discouraged. But I listened to his Adams talk about what is it called, Integrity, and then I jumped on Integrity, and ever since then I've been hacking for Integrity, or I can say I'm a hacker for Integrity. With that being said, create an account with them and let's find out why I like Integrity. If you've done these two, let me show you what, if you've gone through the process of registering, let me show you what it looks like, to what your interface will look like. Right now, this is my BugCrowd. I had to create this particular account for this series, right? And then this is how it looks like. You can see different let's click to program. On programs, we can see what it looks like. Different programs, different rules and regulation, different bounty you will see at it. This is how it looks like. You can sort the program according to what you prefer to hack. Do you prefer to hack health sectors, financial sectors, fintechs, and those things? Maybe you understand how their applications are set up, so you know the kind of vulnerabilities that they are open to and you prefer to hack them, then you have to choose according to that. But then here I'm not doing filtering, I'm just trying to show you what everything looks like, right? So you have to go around, look for the company that interests you to find bugs for. I think we can see MasterCard here, we can see Sendbed. There are a whole lot of them, and we see they pay from as low as $50. I could just click on this to see the program's rules. Remember I said there's something we call program rules, and then you have to read it. Program details, read about it. That's where you see do this, don't do this, do that, don't do this. All of these things, before you find any bug, learn to read it, and so that you don't go against program rules. If you're asked to find the bug on a subdomain, make sure you're finding the bug on the subdomain you were asked to find a bug on. Because if you report on a subdomain they didn't ask you to find a bug on, regardless of seeing the bug, it will not be taken, and probably you can be penalized for hacking on a URL or subdomain you were not asked to hack. This is the reason why you have to go through the program rules and know how much they also pay for each tier, right? What are they paying at for tier 1? What are they paying at for tier 2? That's how you know what you expect based on the vulnerability you find. It's almost like this with integrity. Let's check it out. It's same thing with integrity, just different interface and the rest, right? If you still pick any program, let's say we pick this, right? Let's pick this program. Let's see the program rule. Yeah, this is also the program rule. Now this is beautiful. If you already find the bug, just click submission and it's open, and you feed the submissions and the things you found. Now these are the people finding bug from this particular program. Now these are the things I look at from when I pick my program to hack. Number 1, how many people have been paid? Number 2, I'll show you that now. How many people have been paid, and how fast do they respond to payments, and how fast do they respond to remediating a vulnerability you find. Let's check it out. Now this is a new bug, this is a new program. Now we have this amount of people hacking for them. This is the time they take to respond. You get, now they respond as fast as possible. So when you report a bug today, you know before the next 2-3 days they will get back to you and tell you if that bug you found was a vulnerability or was not, and which tier the vulnerability is. When we mean tiers, the impact of the vulnerability you found. With that being said, these are programs rules. See the parts you have to read. I think I have to roll it a bit so you can understand now. Now these are the out of scope, what you shouldn't do. Out of scope, these are the things you shouldn't do. So that means there's also in scope things you can do. Now this is in scope, out of scope, and then these are in scope, the ones you can find. Now you don't perform denial of service attacks, phishing, and social engineering. They don't allow you to do that on bug bounty hacking. Hack the application, report the bug, and get paid. So friends, if you've gotten to this point, you've opened your account or you've created your account and you can see my interface looking like your own interface, thank you for getting to this point. So now we're going to be sharing more videos and more series on how to start finding our first bug. Stay tuned. Please help me share this video. It will help the algorithm to get to those who may be interested to get started with bug bounty journey, and this video will be of importance to them. Thank you guys. Keep hacking.